we're consulting with the state pathologist.
I'm picturing a fat little man who smells of formaldehyde.
Thank you so much for agreeing to meet me.
Why was it now the right time for you two to reunite on screen, and why do you think Harry Wild is the perfect show for a reunion for you two?
Take it away.
Well, we've been trying to get Joe on the show for a while because our writers, creators, Joe Spain and Dave Logan are obsessed with him, and they just felt it would be great for Harry to have a relationship of some sort and have a love interest. And but we finally managed to organize it because he was American, everybody else was working as a local, English and Irish. That was the issue. And they wrote this great role for him as a pathologist, which was fantastic. And the show's been going incredibly well, and we just wanted to come up with something that was even more special. And we know that everybody wants to see the two of us do things together. And we did a silly little TikTok thing, didn't we, with our Dr. Quinn faces. It came down, and I called Joe up. I said, you know that silly thing I persuaded you to do that you didn't want to do?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, well, how many? And I was expecting, 100,000 or whatever.
17 point.
Which I hear is good.
6 million. And then we went, okay, I think we need to, Anyway, so we got to go and do that, and we know the Dr. Quinn fans would love it, but this is completely different characters. And we brought Joe out. He'd never been on Harry Wild before. He was a fan of the shows, and everyone loved him there. And the producers came to me and said, okay, you were right. What's going on? There's this chemistry here. What's going on? I said, well, that's what we want in Harry Wild,
Well,
Harry
we were
has a
hoping
life.
it wouldn't crash and burn. They were putting a lot on us, It's like, oh, no, it's no problem, but you got to succeed. And so
Yeah.
hopefully we worked it out.
Well, people who've seen it say it's the best yet. So, sometimes when you've done several seasons, people feel, oh, well, we've seen that. But that's not the case with Harry Wild. We have reinvented ourselves.
Yeah, in this first episode, there's a very electric shift in energy, I think, especially with your character coming in. These characters are kind of immediately interested in each other, I think. What do you think your dynamic as co-stars, longtime very good friends and everything, do you think there was really any other option for these characters than to be love interests? Of course, he was written that way, but still.
Yeah, and we also play with you during the episodes that I'm in. You don't know for sure.
We
because
don't know.
There's something about my character that there's a dark past or something. He's very reluctant to get involved, although he feels very attracted to her. He feels that energy, that chemistry, and but we don't know what's going on with him.
And we don't know either.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, I don't know. I made it up in my head what happened going on.
What happens.
Yeah, but we shot 2 different endings for the show, too.
Yeah.
So we don't know which way it's going to go. Sometimes. Well, we hope.
We hope.
Yeah.
And take me to that first day on set together. What was the energy like on set? How did it feel to be acting together again?
Old home week.
Yeah.
We've been together a lot, and we rehearsed a little bit beforehand. And like I said before, the crew and the cast were just so welcoming. It can be a cold room when you walk on a set sometimes with everybody's vibe, but Jane's the leader. And she made sure everyone was in shape and and said, "You're gonna like this guy." But no, they're all great.
They did. They loved you. And Rohan Ned, who plays Fergus, is just so fabulous. And the two of us together, we still have that. I mean, that's the biggest part of the show. But to have Joe come in, just everyone went, "Whoa, this is something different."
And it was like we all played before. It felt
Yes,
very
it was fantastic. It was really magical, and it was fun for me because we did 7 years together and 2 other movies since then, and every time we work together, there's just that something that you can't act. It just happens.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about that trio. In this first episode, we see, of course, Harry and Fergus with Pierce and everything. They're kind of like a dynamic trio, but it seems like they really get along. What can you say about how that might evolve?
I think Fergus is always kind of looking sideways at me and wondering what's going on with you.
And I'm always looking at Fergus like, what are you up to? Yeah, I think, Fergus's role is interesting because there's a genuine love between the two, and I think that's what makes Harry Wild so different is, this woman is older and yet she's behaving like a teenager sometimes, and he doesn't want to learn anything, but he realizes that he knows street smart, she knows smart, and somehow now they work together. So it's a really unusual dynamic, and I think when you see this kind of genre, you expect to see the two main couple get together in some way, sexually or something, but clearly not me and Rohan Ned. That would be child stealing. No. So, but
He's really 30, though.
He's actually
He is.
really 30.
He's 30
It's an age gap for sure.
And he's
I'm
English.
not supposed to say that?
And he's English, yes. And he's a brilliant actor.
Yeah, you
But
hear
I
him with his
think
real accent at the end. When you get done
Yeah.
shooting, he speaks with that Irish accent all the time. And then
he speaks like me.
Yeah. Well, he sounds a little different, but yeah.
pretty much. The great thing that I think is that it became this really interesting threesome because he's a pathologist, so he can detect what happened to the murder victim through pathology, through medicine, and that's
But
fascinating.
not who done it, and that's why
No.
I reach
Yeah.
out to her.
And then, of course, we always need Rohans. We always need Fergus because he can run faster than us and figure out and save the
can
day
run.
and all kinds of things. And then we have our lovely comedic relief with Kevin playing my son, who always gets it wrong, and then Welsh Glenn, who we love.
Oh,
we
man.
love Welsh Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it's such a fun show.
It is, yeah. And Pierce's character does feel kind of like a missing puzzle piece that you didn't know was missing.
Yes.
With this addition of like the pathology aspect of it. Too.
Yeah.
What are their first impressions of each other, Pierce and Harry?
Well,
Yep.
I wasn't expecting what opens the door any more than she does. I think that was the great setup, though. And Harry, wild. What would you expect?
She's wild.
I think it's such a great name. What is Harry? Is it really Harriet?
Oh, yes, Professor Harriet
Okay.
Wilde.
All right.
But she goes by Harry.
Gotcha. And when you opened the door and saw Pierce standing there, and what did your character do?
She tried to be cool, but she couldn't. She tried really hard to be cool. It was like she was expecting, I think my line was, I was expecting someone short, bald, smelling of formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde.
And I opened the door and I went, no, it could be James Bond. I mean,
Who's this old dude in a suit on my door? That's what you was thinking. Who ordered the pizza?
Yeah, and you talked about how the show kind of reinvents itself this season. Could you expand a little more on that?
well, we always, each show has a different murder. So if you watch the show out of order, you'd probably, get what's going on. But there is always the arc of the characters, all of us. And so we have Fergus and my granddaughter Lola and what's happening with them and their misunderstandings. And we have me and my son and the choices he's making in his life. He makes some pretty radical choices this season as well. And I think people love to see Harry kind of thrown. And I think Pierce throws her. She is instantly attracted to him, but doesn't necessarily trust him, is not expecting him. And there's just something there. And we almost I think that Harry is going to go all in for this, which would be
Because
very
she asked me out a
un-Harry.
few times and I declined.
Yeah, declined.
I mean,
So
what fool will do that?
We've kept it very, very hot and light, and we don't quite know where it's going, but it could go a long
Yeah,
way.
and the banter's a little faster.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Not just like, oh, what are you doing today? No, we just kind of, and that's great. I
Yeah.
love the way
Also,
they write
I got
David
to
and
dress.
Joe.
I got to dress in a. You were in a tux, and I was in a ball.
Oh, yeah.
An evening gown. That got everyone's attention on the crew. They went, "What? She's not wearing her usual jeans and 3 layers of. Let's keep the Irish cold and wet out."
She was freezing in that gown.
It was freezing.
And of course, you two are very used to seeing each other in like the period wear from Dr. Quinn and everything.
Yes.
So, what was it like to, be in like a modern day setting together in this series?
Well, we've done other contemporary movies
Yeah,
before
right.
this, so it wasn't that odd, for us to not be in. I'd much rather be in the Sully outfit, to tell you the truth. But
Yeah.
It's a little more relaxed, but I enjoyed dressing up and trying to look like James Bond, because that's who the character, the writer had in mind, was a Pierce Brosnan.
She has a Pierce
007.
Brosnan fantasy.
And
that's
a
where Pierce
Kennedy
came from.
fantasy.
And a Kennedy fantasy.
Ergo the hybrid Pierce Kennedy.
There's the inspo, yeah.
Yeah, but we've forgiven her because her name's Jo Spain and she writes incredible scripts with Dave Logan, but she also writes, best-selling novels, like 18 of them. So we figure she knows something, right?
Yeah, great writers, great actors, great show.
Yeah. And all these years together, what's the best part of co-starring?
Just working with a friend, I
yeah.
believe.
I mean,
I'm working with my buddy. I give her a hard time.
All the time.
She's always so pleasant to me.
I try. No, we are opposites in a way, but we literally work really well together.
It's like a married couple that was divorced, but still understands how everything works.
With no
You know?
kids.
Yeah, with no kids.
Yeah, and Jane, you had previously spoken with us about a potential Dr. Quinn reboot. You said there was a script. Where are we on the path to that?
They passed on the script, and they are still, I believe, trying to figure out how and whether they even want Dr. Quinn. So
Yeah.
we just thought, next, Harry Wilde.
Yeah. But you two would still be interested in it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but I mean, they have to do
Yeah.
it soon.
Yeah.
You know,
Why?
soon. Well, the runway's getting shorter not only for the stars, but for the fans. And we got to tie this up soon. Otherwise, I think it would be brilliant if we wait too long, then they just go AI with the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Yes.
could look like we used to. Well, she looks the same.
And apparently we don't even have
I'm a
to
little
show.
different looking. You know, they're like, where's Sully when I'm standing right next to her?
Modern day doctor is just AI. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, you just never know. You never know. But when there's good material and when there's something that's authentic and there's something that the audience loves and really relates to and loves the characters, and it's well written and it's not generic and it's different from anything you've ever seen before, you know, why not do it? When something is good, you hang on to it, don't you? You don't just go, oh, I've done that, I'm going to do something else. At least I don't. I am going on to do a movie this year for a couple of months in Australia, which will be fun, doing a whole other character. But I do love Harry. I keep Harry's wardrobe, actually, and Michaela's wardrobe at my house,
and Sully's.
and Sully's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I-
not
I-
my house.
Quite the collection.
Yes, I have quite the collection.
Yeah.
And so anytime that we want to dress up as Michaela and Sully.
Which just happens almost every other day.
Didn't somebody say it was 156th wedding anniversary for Michaela and Sully
Yeah,
soon?
we'd have been 156 married, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
We could,
That's
we
a
could
record.
Put,
That's
we, could
like-
put, we could put the frocks on, yeah.
No.
You could wear my dress. Oh,
No.
And where do you picture? You had said that you were interested in exploring like what their marriage is like so many years into marriage and like generational differences with their daughter and when it
Yes.
came to medicine. So what would you want to explore beyond that?
Well, I think the amazing thing about Dr. Quinn is by now, if we did it so many years, because we started it 35
at the
years
turn
ago.
of the century.
Yes, we turn of the century. So
1900.
it's really full on women's rights. A lot of the same stuff, immigration issues.
At this point, the Native Americans aren't so much in
Oh, yeah.
our town. They've been driven away. So we'd have that going. But also, I think, in a relationship that goes that long, we all know that there's times we drift apart.
Yeah.
And I think the danger's always been before in Dr. Quinn. It was an outsider. It was a bad guy. But now it's between us two. And that's what I thought I liked a lot about the script, was that she's someplace in her life now, which is different, no kids, and her practice is different. And Sully, a lot of his world's changed completely. You know, he was indicative of, like, the wolf that he always had represented kind of like the Native American and that whole culture slowly going away. And so his life's changed drastically, and they
Yes.
drifted apart a little bit.
Yeah,
would think, at that point.
I think that would be the ultimate, not only drama, but romance, because how do you come back?
yeah,
to
how do you
romance?
recapture that
And
magic?
I think that would be incredibly interesting for our audience.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows, like you said, you know, if you have a very long marriage, it
there's
has
ups and downs. You know,
it
it's
has
not
its
always going to end
moments.
with nice music
Yeah.
and a great ending. It's going to be rough, and I think that would get people really involved.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, and that's not something you see often in TV movies in general as a plot, let alone like a period drama, you know,
No.
that kind of like later in life romance coming, like drifting apart and coming back together. I think that would be very captivating in a period piece.
I know the other thing that's interesting is that her career is now changing. And his career has definitely changed.
Yeah.
But now they have he has an actual career. So, and the kids are now taking over and they have different ideas. And, you know, the town burnt down, didn't it? In real life. And our set burnt down.
Crazy enough.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
we figure we could shoot it anywhere now. Literally.
Yeah.